Your body is about 60% water, so it's really important that you drink enough. If you're wondering about the benefits of water, how much water you should be drinking in a day, or tips on how to increase your water intake, then keep on watching. Why is water important? Water is actually a nutrient, and a very critical one, because you can only go a few days without drinking water before you die, essentially. And if we're being just a little bit less dramatic, water is involved in a lot of very important bodily functions. And I'll be leaving links to my sources in the description. For instance, water helps regulate your temperature through sweat, and it also enables you to excrete waste through that sweat and through other things like urine and your bowel movements. It helps lubricate all your joints and tissues to protect them. Water forms your saliva. It helps with the nutrient absorption because it helps break down food and also helps dissolve any nutrients like vitamins that are water soluble and things like that. It helps keep your skin and hair healthy and hydrated. And also, not drinking enough water can have some pretty negative impacts on your health, such as making you have like a reduced brain function, making you have less energy, having things like constipation, kidney stones, urinary tract infections, just all of these not fun things that you can avoid if you drink enough water. Does drinking water make you lose weight? So I see a lot of people recommending drinking water to lose weight, and there are a lot of claims that drinking water can help you with weight loss, and there are actually a few studies that corroborate that. One study basically just had people drink more water than what they would usually drink, and it showed weight loss. Another study looked at women who were overweight and dieting, and it showed that drinking more water could promote weight loss, and these women were studied for over a year. Certain studies also showed that drinking water could help induce thermogenesis. So basically this means that if you drink more water, then your metabolism will speed up a little bit, and this means that you will burn more energy and so you will lose weight. But the key word here is a little bit. Don't start going crazy thinking that it'll, drastically speed up your metabolism and drink like gallons of water. No. So drinking water may boost your metabolism a little bit and help curb your hunger a little bit, and this may lead to weight loss. But I really want to emphasize that, first of all, this is not miraculous, and second of all, weight loss, as usual, should not be your main goal. You should be in it for the health aspects, first of all, so don't start drinking 5 gallons a day of water. You will become ill. How much water should you drink in a day? There are a lot of different numbers when you look up the amount of water that you should be drinking in a day. Some say that you should be drinking like 8 glasses of water. Some say that you should be drinking 1.5 liters of water. Others say you should be drinking 1 gallon. As with a lot of things that relate to health and nutrition, the answer that you don't necessarily like, but that is the truth, is it depends. It depends on so many factors like your sex, your health, your age, your level of physical activity, your environment, your diet, the alignment of the earth with the sun. No, just kidding. I mean, sure, you can aim for a general amount of water that you should be drinking in a day, and that can be around like 2 to 3 liters. So that's like 68 to 100 ounces. But what you should actually really be focusing on is on your own personal water needs. And you can do that by looking at some indicators of hydration. The first and seemingly most obvious indicator is your thirst, but it's not always that reliable because lots of people are used to drinking so little water that they rarely feel thirsty, and other people report having negative symptoms associated with dehydration even before feeling thirsty. So maybe the easiest way to check your hydration level is to look at your pee. If your pee is a very pale yellow, pretty clear, then that probably means that you are well hydrated. But on the other hand, if your pee is a very dark yellow, maybe almost orange, then that means that you are dehydrated and that you need to be drinking more water. I'm gonna put a link in the description to a urine chart that may actually be helpful with like the different colors and what they mean. You should also be mindful about your sweat level, your level of sweating. If it's a hot day and you're doing lots of physical exercise and sweating a lot, then you need to be drinking more water to compensate for the water that you're losing. And also, if you are pregnant or you breastfeed, you need to be drinking more water. Older people as well need to be drinking more water. And if you're sick, if you have like an infection, or if you're vomiting or have diarrhea, anything like that, you need to be drinking lots of water. How to drink more water. The first thing I recommend is replacing your usual beverages that you have with water. So replacing your soda that you usually have with lunch by water, replacing the juice that you usually have for your snack by water. Really make it a habit for water to be like your default drink. This is what a lot of French people do. I talk about French people because I know that lots of you are interested in the French way of doing things. And for us, water is like our default drink. Well, for most people at least, we usually always have water. And then on occasion, sometimes like for a treat, we're gonna have another type of drink. But really try to make water your default. And in the beginning, it can be a little bit boring, but then you're gonna get used to it. And like now personally, I just don't see myself having a meal without water. I feel terrible. Another thing that can help you drink more water is to keep like a reusable water with you at all times. I know that there are some that are really cool. They have like little lines and little things to encourage you to drink throughout the day. I'm going to put an example of a few that I like in the description if you're interested, but there's just a ton of fun water bottles that you can get that will really encourage you to drink, and then you'll be able to kind of track your progress. And speaking of tracking your progress, I think it can be a good idea to set some little goals for yourself. Like say, oh, I want to drink this much water every day, and then you can break it down. Like I want to drink 1 liter of water before 12 p.m. I want to drink 3 glasses of water with my lunch. I want to have reached like this certain line of my water bottle before, like by the end of my workout, things like that. And since I'm talking about drinking with meals, I thought I would address this question that I've gotten, that is, is it bad to drink water throughout your meals? I usually drink my water before or after. I've heard that you can't drink and eat your meal, and actually there are no scientific claims that back this up. There's like no evidence to suggest that drinking water during your meals can harm your digestion or anything like that. So unless you have something like GERD, so like gastric reflux, or you personally feel bad when you drink water during meals, other than that, there's no reason not to. Actually, drinking water during meals can be a good way to, get your water intake a little bit higher throughout the day. So it can be a positive thing. But don't worry, drinking water does not dilute your digestion enzymes or whatever. It does not affect your digestion speed. You can drink your water and eat your meals, no problem. And finally, as a last tip to how to drink more water, remember that other things that count towards your water intake as well. Coffee and tea, for instance, they count towards your water intake. Yogurt and milk and juices, all of these count toward your water intake as well. And lots of fruit and vegetables are also filled with water. I'm going to give you a few examples of the one that I have like the highest water content. So you have watermelon, strawberries, oranges, grapefruit, cucumbers, lettuce, zucchini, celery, tomatoes. All of them have a very high, like above 80% water content, and can be a great help if you're trying to kind of boost your water intake and you're kind of sick of drinking that like X amount of glasses of water. And also soups and broths are a great way to boost your water intake a little. But of course, the main thing should always be drinking water, actual water. So in short, water is an essential nutrient that helps your body function properly, and that can even aid in weight loss. When it comes to the amount of water we should be drinking daily, we all have different needs, but you can start by getting around 2 to 3 liters of water, and then looking at the color of your urine in order to see what the amount of water that you should be drinking. The more water you drink, the more you'll get used to drinking a lot, and it will soon become second nature. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye.